Hey guys, I never really talked about something like this before, but I thought it was very interesting and figured that it should be something important to actually talk about, which is Joaquin Phoenix's acceptance speech at the Oscars. And I can't really do that until I get something. Alright, let's do this. I dressed up for you guys, but I thought Joaquin Phoenix's speech was actually very important, and I kind of wanted to go over some of the main points that he went over. It's a 4-minute video. I'll leave a link in the description if you didn't see it already. It's really quick. I would highly recommend it. So I kind of just want to touch on things relatively quickly. So the first thing he did is that he accepted his award, of course, and then he first acknowledged that because of that honor, he didn't feel elevated between him and his peers, and really anyone, that he was above anyone or below anyone. And that's the first thing we should all learn from, that we're not better or worse than anyone. We're all on the same playing field, especially with celebrities. A lot of people might look up to them as like godlike figures when they're just people like you and me. He then goes on to talk about bigger picture ideas. So a lot of people were really focusing on kind of either race specific, gender specific, maybe women's rights, animals' rights, and everything like that. And it's great that he mentioned that, but then he took it a step back from it and then basically said that they are all equal. So yes, you can be focusing on a specific group, and that's not a good or bad thing. However, when you do focus on one group, you're actually segregating yourself from other groups, when in actuality, we're actually all on the same team. He goes into a little bit more of this a little later. However, then he goes into what I think this turned a lot of people off, I believe. And I think it's for the wrong reason. So he goes into more, I guess, more vegan specific. Like, he doesn't like the idea of that we're taking baby calves and their milk and everything like that. So if you're for that or against it, that's a personal opinion. That's a personal opinion of Joaquin's. So everyone has opinions. We're all entitled to ours, and he's entitled to his. So this might have turned a lot of people off because it seemed like he was promoting that everyone should be vegan. But again, this is kind of more personal belief, but also if you're actually looking at this a little bit deeper, it's again going back to the idea of inequality, of looking down at some other type of species. And this doesn't only have to be with animals, but it could be with other races, genders, or anything like that. So essentially, he's leveling the playing field of everything out there, which essentially is not a bad thing. So it's not that he's pushing veganism, if that's the correct term. However, it's just the idea of equality. So if this didn't turn you off, then we could continue on with, I think what he did very well next is that he actually explained how he actually did wrongdoings in the past. I think this is very important, which basically everyone should do, including you, including me, and it's very difficult to do because we could all point fingers at someone seeing what they're doing wrong, but we don't see the hell that we're bringing onto the world ourselves. So when we actually start acknowledging our own faults, which is what Joaquin Phoenix did, to realize, hey, I didn't have the best past or did the right things all the time, which none of us do, and then you get a second chance, you learn from it, and become a better person. Now this is what the speech really boils down to, which I believe he's trying to get at, is that we're all trying to be equal and help each other. He talks about egocentric views and being selfish and only looking at ourselves and not worrying about other people, or attacking other people and not looking at ourselves. Also fearing the idea of change, the idea of looking at yourself, seeing your flaws, and then changing them, being a better person in the future. People don't like doing that. It actually frightens the heck out of them to see that you might have a bad side. Now I think my favorite part, maybe because I love quotes, but the part that he just put out a lyric that his brother wrote, it was really touching that he brought that up, but it was really true what he said. And it was the idea of running to the rescue with love and peace will follow. So no, this speech wasn't only a vegan push to become everyone vegans. There's a much deeper thing here. It's about equality. It's about helping each other out and being better people. That's what he's getting at. And that's the main reason why I wanted to do this video, because this could relate to everyone. And he's right. He is completely right that we are losing touch with reality right now, that we're attacking other people and we're separating ourselves instead of coming together. We're on the same team. And if you ever heard of divide and conquer, that's usually how people are trying to control other people, which is where we are now. So it doesn't really matter what background you have or your belief system. It's the idea that we should all be a team, work together, and have a better life instead of just focusing in the wrong areas. There are bigger pictures here that he tried to portray, and unfortunately, a lot of people are not going to see this in his speech, which is the reason why I wanted to put this out there to hopefully push this along a little bit further. Is this video going to be popular? Probably not. I felt it was important and hope to get your input on this as well. With the trajectory that we're at, it's actually really terrifying of where we're actually headed. And unfortunately, it's going to be very difficult to actually change our direction to have better lives. And I don't want to be pessimistic, but there are things going on that aren't good. The optimistic side is that we could all become more conscious of ourselves and each other to push each other further and be happier, which at the end, that's what we should all want. So at the end of the day, it's really start looking at yourself a little bit more and seeing what we are doing wrong. And if we neglect to do that, we're actually the problem. You're the problem, I'm the problem. And when we start fixing ourselves, then, like his brother's lyrics said, love and peace will then follow. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This is a little bit different from what I usually do, but I thought this was obviously a popular thing a lot of people are going to be talking about, and I thought it had a really popular message that I really want to convey even to a couple of people. So hopefully this helped open your mind a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.